to them. The all-seeing guys. The all-seeing guys. With Greg and Joe. The all-seeing guys. The all-seeing guys. Greg and Joe.
Hello, welcome to episode
180
of the All Seeing Guys podcast with Greg and Joe. I'm Greg, and I'm
I'm-
joined as always by
triple 20 Joe.
Triple 20 Joe.
I'm not 60 or whatever, doesn't matter.
Just Triple 20 Joe.
Yeah, I'm 180 Joe.
180 Joe.
Sounds like a Guy Ritchie character.
Get me 180
You
Joe.
know that-
He's finally
not-
going to find
not
I think it's
180.
180 Joe.
Not 180 because he turns and does a runner. He's
Yeah,
180
180
Joe.
like you turn half, you
Yeah.
turn halfway round.
It's how many stitches he puts in people.
Half a spin.
180 Joe.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
It is
guys.
a sunny, a bright Sunday evening.
It's the best description is just bright. It's not,
Bright,
It's just
yeah. Usually, I feel like only like a couple of weeks ago we would have been recording the podcast. I mean, maybe in a couple of episodes ago, so that's like a month and a bit. We would have been recording this, and it would have been like I'd had my light on, dark.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, I need to shut the curtain. It's so bright out. I can't see what I'm
such
doing.
a vampire. You see, I'm such a vampire.
I'm a vampire.
I tried to explain the concept of the Nicolas Cage song to someone at work yesterday. I feel like I covered it. I feel like I did a good job.
I don't think no one's ever heard it. It's never been played on here before.
Should we play it at the end of this
We
episode?
should try. Do we have it?
I swear someone's got it on there's probably like a phone file or something.
If we have it, we'll play it next episode. So I don't want to promise you we'll end with it, and then we talk to because we only have we're recording this episode like a
Greg,
day before.
We could perform it. It's fine.
I'm not even in it. I wasn't even there. We're recording this episode literally on the Sunday before the episode comes out on the Tuesday.
Yeah, we're having a real South Park writers sort of moment.
Yeah, it was my fault it got delayed, but we'll get
it's
to that
not
in a
your
minute.
fault. But
Let's check and see
It's
how
your-
Joe's
it's-
doing first.
okay.
How's Joe doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Having a good time. Living my best life. You know. just I'm all right. I'm good.
Was a busy
anything-
day today? You were working, weren't you?
I was, yeah. I was supposed to have the day off today, but I had to cover for someone so they could attend a family emergency.
Yes.
But now I'm off tomorrow, so I can.
that's
I
good
was
news.
really panicking because I was like, we haven't got a lot of time, and I'm working tomorrow, and will probably fall asleep after work, therefore leaving us artworkless. So I was just contemplating
yeah.
just drawing anything.
I was having that frame of mind of because I've got a lot to do tomorrow during the day and stuff, and I was just like, "Oh crap! When am I going to edit the podcast? It's going to come out day after tomorrow."
We better fucking nail this in one take.
So I'll probably do it tonight. If your audio comes through, I'll probably have to edit it tonight.
Yeah,
I say
of course.
edit,
These
line
are-
them up,
we don't need
line
to-
them up,
yeah.
throw on a couple of themes, and then
We
just.
don't have
but
to- we don't have
that's
to worry the
editing the
listener.
podcast. It's not the long part. It's actually doing the lip-sync side of it. That now seems long. So I've got to obviously upload the episode. Right, it's right in the description. Usually now I write it on my phone, so I just copy and paste it and do it pretty quickly.
You're really,
That's the longer part. But anyway, you guys don't need to hear about the behind the scenes ball
Stop
bags, do
breaking
you?
the fourth wall, Greg.
Yeah. Already broken it by telling you it's Sunday evening.
You mean they don't record this on the day?
So last weekend we obviously had you and Ed and Sarah over for a barbecue.
We did, yeah. We came over. That was.
That's not why we didn't record last Sunday, but that did happen last Saturday.
one of the reasons.
Yeah, that was good. It was one of those days where we were really on the edge. We were really like edging it, not edging it in the
Masturbational case.
masturbation sense.
We weren't
but,
just in his garden wanking in front of.
yeah, just like
Greg's
yeah,
wife
you can
and
get to the
child.
old stop. But it was more the fact that the weather was the only day in the weather kept saying was going to be first rainy. When I was like, oh, we should do a barbecue Saturday. On the way, the weather says it's going to rain. Then it changed to like sun and cloudy.
Oh yeah.
And we were like, I was like checking the weather every day, and it was like, oh, it's gone back to cloudy. It's now saying sunny, gone back to cloudy. Got to the day and we risked it, and it turned out to be a really like sunny, nice day.
It was a
didn't
great
it?
day, really good day.
It was
yeah.
always
It weren't
per-
like
always-
it weren't quite sitting in my pants in your paddling pool weather, but it
It was
still
like
fun,
yin and
like,
yang, so it was like really warm. But then when it got a bit, I was like, God, this is fucking boiling. Then it would get really cool for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It
You just
was
feel
quite
like you're
good
in
barbecue
between.
weather.
You're like just about to take like one of your layers off, and you're just like, oh no, not yet, not yet, not yet, not there yet.
I put a layer on. I remember. I was like, oh yeah, need to put that on.
But it was it was a really good day. We always, whenever we come over, it's always fun to like play games that we enjoy, but also Indiana can get involved with.
Yeah.
And they're dumb, and it's just a simple game, as simple as getting a ball and throwing it the length of your garden and trying to get it in the Wendy house.
Yes.
Like that's.
Yeah,
hey,
we
that's-
play that game for Indiana. It's basically fetch, but for us,
Yeah.
it's trying to get the ball in the wind.
Yeah, absolutely. That's always really good fun, and we always sort of like we give it our all. We're definitely
you
aiming.
got it.
Like
If we're gonna do it, you're gonna give it your all. Yeah,
that's it.
It's quite funny because like Ed will sit down for a little. Once Ed sits down and stays sat down for about 10, 20 minutes, he kind of he's more like, oh no, I might just sit here now. But then right near the end, where I was like, oh, I think Ed will probably be ready to go soon. He then stood up.
Yeah.
And when he stood up, he's like, oh, I like standing up. I'm getting a second wind. and then it went from me thinking at like 4 o'clock he was going to go, it went to like
8.
leaving at like 9.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, awesome.
Second, mate, it was good. It was a good one. Yeah, that's the thing about like if you've been having a few beers in the afternoon, sometimes I find the sit down is my enemy.
Yeah.
I'm not like it doesn't do me justice. But then it gets to the point where you're the only one standing and everyone's having a conversation. It's like, oh, I'll just fucking
Oh,
sit
I
down.
better sit down then, yeah.
Yeah, I can't just grab the ball and chuck it myself. That means I've got to go and fucking get it. Not happening.
No. I know what you mean. When you get that afternoon, like, oh, I've been drinking during the day, now I've got a bit of a headache, it can be a kick in the balls.
It's a sluggish time.
Can be a sluggish time and a kick in the balls.
That's why I don't really
down.
like. That's why I don't really drink cider anymore, because it's like that's what was. Cider always gives me like the headache.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to have like a fucking afternoon of headache. I'd rather just sip some whiskey and coke and a lot of ice and just fucking go on that. Get on that train.
Get on that train. So yeah, that was an awesome weekend last week.
I did love that we fucking stalked pigeons.
We basically watched pigeons bang on,
on
the
the
roof.
So we were egging it on. We were just there going like, nah, go on, like you've got this. I shown some interest. Like it was so dumb, but we were
Even
for like
in
an
January,
hour.
was like, go on, but not really knowing what
yeah.
she was cheering.
We were for an hour.
Yeah,
we were doing
easily
that.
just watching it maneuver around.
It was good.
Watching
its
it
movements.
creep up to this girl or the female, and then get pushed away.
Yeah.
Then come back, and then
Brilliant.
just eventually gets in there.
Yeah,
We were proper
Stuck in.
watching in the garden, just watching all this unfold.
Because I've only ever seen pigeons bang because I've just heard like a constant fluttering, and I've looked above and like literally on a lamppost there's like a pigeon and a pigeon. I've never seen a pigeon get on top of the other pigeon, and that was the funniest thing I'd seen, because the pigeon just sort of like lowered itself like hydraulic wheels on a car.
I'm ready.
It just went and then
Get
the
on.
other one literally did like the little pigeon hop onto it. It was great.
Yeah, we were. It's like, just get out, get off your computer, lads. Get out there and just look around. Porn's everywhere you look. If you look hard enough.
Rule 34, man. If it exists, there is porn of it.
Porn's everywhere. You just gotta know where to look.
Yeah.
Up, apparently.
I'm not saying that we didn't get off. We were. We weren't
wanking with the pigeon.
Yeah. Did you say we were?
We weren't wanking with the
I was
pigeon.
going to say, yeah, that'd be just awful.
That wasn't happening, no. But that was awesome. It was really good having you guys over and having like the first full group barbecue of this year, I guess.
Yeah. One of many.
One of many.
Mum of many.
One of many.
Mum of many it sounds like how Jeremy Kyle would introduce a guest. Mum of many.
Welcome to Mum of Many. So the reason that but we were recording a bit later is we couldn't record earlier because I'm in some horrific tooth pain right now.
That's right.
And
we're back on teeth pains.
Yeah, and I'll give you guys the heads up that this episode may not be as long as previous ones because I am struggling quite a bit here.
This could be a brief jaunt.
But I was also like, I'm not gonna let my toothache be the reason we miss an episode release when it doesn't need to be, because I was like, I can still record.
This is really setting the bar for like what we can bail out on.
Yeah.
It's really like a bar setter.
It's got to be something really big, like I lost my foot. Well, I still came and I had a bad tooth joke.
Yeah, I was in a car crash. Oh, okay. Well,
was a Zoom mic in the crash as well? No,
I don't know why you're calling me.
Recording.
Yeah, if you're able to call me, you're able to get on Skype.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah, if you've got the Zoom mic's fine, then that's all that matters. Get on there and record. No, and I won't even bore you with the entire long-ass story, but I'll just tell you that, I had a wisdom tooth out. Oof. Bottom left wisdom tooth. And the problem with wisdom tooth was, so that's the most annoying thing about all this, is that my teeth are fine. I take good care of my teeth, but this wisdom tooth was growing like sideways almost. And it was like just crushing the tooth next to it, which I didn't even know was happening. Yeah. Until I went to the dentist, and he was like, by the way, I've been keeping an eye on this since you've been coming to me, and I didn't realise I've been going there for like 5 years already. And he was just...
What he's actually been doing is whilst you're asleep, he's just been coming in your house with a little mirror.
Pushing your tooth over.
Yes, I don't like the look of that at all, no.
And he was like, look, it's grown to the side, it's now hitting your tooth next to it, it's going to start causing you issues.
I mean, that would have eventually, like, obviously you said like you weren't in any sort of pain.
No, but he's like, it will start.
As we all know about teeth, it is only a matter of time.
So what he did he's like, look, I can probably I can take the tooth out here, but it's going to be a lot more difficult. It's going to cost you a lot of money, blah blah blah. So he's like, also it's so close to the nerve of your tooth, your tooth next to it. I'm going to refer you to Kingston Hospital. But in the meantime, he like the tooth it was cracking into. He like, I guess he drilled kind of into the side of it and put a filling in to like hold the wisdom tooth at bay and stop it like causing too much issues for me.
Basically, like the second Lord of the Rings film going on in your mouth. Yeah,
and it worked, and I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, when I went to get it was great. I had to go 2 weeks before to have an X-ray at Kingston Hospital, and I must say, it was nice to go to Kingston Hospital and have a camera in my mouth rather than my arsehole for a change. That was quite nice.
You've really ticked all the orifice boxes, Greg. I don't know what. There's not much left to put in you.
You know, and I'm glad they used different cameras because this mouth one looks way more menacing than the arsehole one, I must say.
So glad they didn't use the same camera.
I had to like bite this thing, hold on to these things, like it was weird.
That's fucking great. It sounded like. But, are you sure you weren't in fucking? What's the name? Mars. Get your ass to Mars. Total Recall. Sounds a bit Total Recall, mate. Do they have like these fucking? Do they stuff your mouth full of like something to bite on?
So yeah, I went in to have the X-ray, and they're like, "Yeah, we need to take it out." And I was like, "Okay, that's good. That means I don't have to pay for it because Kingston Hospital's doing it rather than my dentist."
Enjoy it whilst you can, man. Fuck
Go
the
in.
Tories.
But it was really weird because in the dentist, I'm used to like, right, here's the injection to numb you. Go sit in the waiting room for 10-15 minutes, and then we'll call you back in when it takes effect. Which I hate. It's the worst bit. Just like you sit there fiddling with your phone, just slowly feeling your lip go. But these guys were like, in we go, right in the chair. And I was like, oh, we're going right away, are we? And he was like, yeah, man, there's no other way. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, then. Like, and there were so many people in the room.
There's no time, Greg.
Yeah, literally, it was like that. There were so many people in the room. There was like 4 other women in there. All lovely, all chatting to me and stuff. But like, just loads of them. It just seemed a lot of people stood round my head while it was going on.
It's those comfort hookers they've been putting in hospitals.
They're outstanding, good working nurses.
They're not. You're not supposed to sleep them. But they are making money doing so.
And I was in the chair, and like he's doing it, and he seemed all of a sudden he's like, oh, I think I can get this out without using the drill. And I'm thinking, oh, that sounds good, I guess. Yeah, that sounds like a good thing. Until he started like pulling it. For like a while, it felt like a while, and really, really pull it, and to the point where he said to one of the girls, like ladies there, one of the other, I don't know what they're called, nurses. He didn't introduce them. He was just like they're helping. Because I was in the oral department. I was in the oral
you were, department. You fucking rascal, you.
Anyway, this woman grabbed my head to hold it steady, and I was like, I didn't realize my head was moving, and then he was really going for it, and I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
like
when he was like pulling it, was it just the sensation because you couldn't feel anything, or
it felt more like he was like pushing down on my tooth rather than pulling it.
So they do that to break it,
but then you can hear it. You can hear it, but it doesn't even sound like you're hearing it from your gum. It sounds like you're hearing it from like in the middle of your head, just like.
Oh, mate.
and you're like,
Yeah.
sorry for people who have a phobia of dentists. I recently said to one of the parents outside Indiana's nursery who was like, "Oh, did you get your tooth out?" And I was like, "Oh my god, yeah." He said he could do it without the drill and started yanking it, and they literally like went weak at the knees and like fell into my. I was like, "No, don't say that to me." Went all wobbly, and I was like, "Oh my god, sorry, Jesus, you all right?" No, I'm not good at dentists. Well, don't ask me then.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you expecting? Sorry.
Anyway, I yanked the tooth out, and he was like, "Look, tooth's out. Nice and quick. Good news, the filling's still in the tooth next to it." And I was like, "Oh, thank fuck for that." Next
The bad
day,
news is you have AIDS.
yeah, next day the filling just came out. I wasn't eating, wasn't drinking. I was just walking down the road, and I was like, "What's that in my mouth?" Filling. I was like, and it's big because it was like the whole side of my tooth.
Yeah.
It's the only filling I've ever had. It's just there it wasn't even needed. It was just there to hold off the other tooth. Because it made like a crack in the side of it. So this was like covering it. So now I haven't got a filling. Now I've got an exposed tooth next to the wisdom wound. There's now an open tooth.
Great band name.
And the
Great band name.
Wisdom wound of wisdom, and it's an open tooth because like I say, he drilled into it to put the filling on. So now it's all just exposed. So I was like, what do I do? So I rang the dentist and explained it to him, and they're like, right, do you want to come in today? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, okay, that's great. You can fit me in today. Very stupid, naively of me thinking, oh, that's great. Little did I know, I was actually getting an emergency appointment that I had to pay for. And then I go in, and I knew it. I kept thinking to myself, man, I can't believe they're getting me in today. I don't think he'll be able to do anything because it's so close to the fresh fucking wisdom wound. Mm-hmm. Get in there, and he literally was like, yeah, I can't really do anything because you just had your wisdom tooth out yesterday, so it's all still raw and swollen and bleeding, and your tooth's right on it. In fact, this tooth's got swollen gum over it, so I can't even, like, there's not much I can do. He's put a temporary filling in. He didn't seem very confident, and he's like, I don't think it will last long. And I'm thinking, okay, won't last long. I'm thinking maybe a couple of weeks. It literally less than an hour, it was already gone.
Fuck.
So I don't know what the point was. And he was like, look, it needs to, the surgery of it needs to heal for at least 4 weeks. And he's like, actually, your next appointment's, I was like the 18th of July, so it's like 6 weeks away. And he's like, we'll leave it there. Just look after it till then. And I'm like, that's so far, man. That's so far away to live with
this
an open tooth. It's not, I mean, the wound does hurt. I had a wisdom tooth out. Of course it hurts, but nothing compared to the fucking tooth next to it. And since then, it's just been constant. Like last night, I thought I'd gone over the worst, and last night it swelled up like under. It's like I had a cable coming out from like under my cheekbone, going round my jaw and back in under my back under my jaw. It was so swollen and hard as well.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, Lizzie, feel this. And she's like, what is that? I was like, it's my fucking tooth.
Hell.
And she's like, oh my God.
What is that?
Like,
It's my dick.
yeah, in my mouth somehow.
Impressive?
Are you impressed?
Are you impressed?
I
don't care if you're aroused.
Yeah, I've been a mix of various strong
man,
painkillers and
I'm
creams and
feeling
numbing gels, and it's all been a blur. Like, it was Tuesday my tooth was out. It's Sunday now. It actually feels like that tooth came out months ago. Like, I was just so... I've barely been sleeping. Last night I had to sleep sitting up because I just couldn't lay down because it hurt so much. Like, Mum's like, you need to talk to him tomorrow. I went and saw her today, and she's like, it could be infected. You need to talk to him.
Mate,
like,
absolutely. Like, just to even just double check that it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's so...
But he did warn me it would hurt.
Yeah.
It did say it would hurt. And, he's like, just got to keep washing it with salt water after you eat.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy because it's like, with the salt water mouth baths, they call it, like, boil the kettle, dissolve a teaspoon of salt in it, and they're like, you need to take it as hot, as you can. As hot as you can. Like, as hot as you can bear is what you need to have it as.
Oh, mate. Oh, yes.
And then, like, swirl it
Greg.
around and rinse it all out. And I'm like, I can handle this heat. And after the second, I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's bad. It hurts. I'm in a lot of pain. And it's very, very rare that I suffer like this with anything.
I feel for you, man. I mean, I've been there. It's not been this bad, but the fucking pain is on. I only wish it on like a handful of people. That's how bad the pain is. It's just like it's so not fun.
No, it's not.
Just like,
it's
and it
made
just
me
like
really
it stops
grumpy.
you in your tracks, man, and it fucks with your head a little bit.
Big
like
time.
it makes you like sort of, I don't know. It just sort of makes you feel a bit like off, like
It's-
off center.
Oh man, it's completely affected me. Like I had a Zoom meeting with Johnny, my business partner, and I literally was like, I don't even know if anything I was saying was right or made sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, afterwards, I was like, he must have thought I was like just morning drunk or something, even though he knew about everything. But I was like, it just seemed so. And I'm reading back messages I write people, and I'm like, they don't make any fucking sense. like, I just don't know. Like, I do feel very different. I feel really different, but
It's
I don't know if
fucking
that's
mad.
because I don't usually take painkillers. I never have. Not for any weird reason. Not like I'm against painkillers. I just, as a kid, they always gave me a headache, and I've never been one to be like, oh, I'm hungover, I need painkillers. I just don't really have them unless something like this happens. Mm-hmm. If I need them, if I absolutely need them, then I take painkillers.
Yeah.
Because I want this horrible pain to go away. So I've been like I've had various painkillers. Then I've gone to say I'm in so much pain still. So now they've kind of taken it up to like ibuprofen and codeine ones. Like the first time I took one of those, it knocked me out for like 4 hours, which sounds amazing because I hadn't really slept, but I was working and had shit to do and woke up like 20 minutes before.
You sent me a text. You texted me. It was like I took some took some
took
codeine
one.
pills.
I took one.
Took some codeine. 4 hours later, I've just woken up. I was like, fuck.
I woke up at 20 minutes before I had to go pick up Indiana, so good thing I did
Mate.
wake up. I had like 3 missed calls on my phone, which was right next to my head and didn't even hear it. But it's also like I'm taking those, and then it's like, oh my god, can I drive? I don't think I can drive anywhere. When did I last take one of these mega painkillers? Like, it's just it's throwing me out of whack. And when I did wake up that afternoon, when I took one for the sleep, I literally woke up thinking I'd fallen asleep on the sofa. I had fallen asleep on the sofa, but I thought I'd done it at night. And I was waking up during the night or in the morning, and I'm like, oh, what's happening? I've done it. Then I'm like, oh, wait, it's the afternoon. What's happening? I was so confused. Yeah, it's really thrown me for six. But yes, so in a lot of pain, and that probably will be why this episode may be a tad shorter, but we will see what happens, because we're already well in it now.
We'll see what direction we're going.
We'll see what direction
man.
we're going.
I hope. I mean, at least there's nothing about Benson's for beds, eh? That's probably a good
No
thing.
update on Benson's beds. They are due the day this episode comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And
See how that goes.
I did receive a message from them Thursday, the day I was having. Was that a day? No, Tuesday, I'm too far. I had a message from them Thursday confirming, just to confirm, your Benson's for bed order will be delivered as previously confirmed on the 31st of May between 7 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Just putting that out there.
So, we're I've heard that before, Joe. I've heard that before.
I've been very much looking. It's very similar to how I looked at the mouse scenario. I need to find like a film franchise that I can compare it to. And the Benson's for Beds one started out as the original Star Wars trilogy. It then soon very much turned into the Star Wars saga.
Skywalker saga.
It is generally turned into like the six films. And now, unfortunately, it's not as cool as that. It's going more towards the Fast and Furious franchise, where it's not so funny anymore.
Too fast. Oh, no, it was not you're talking about beds, aren't you? I was going for beds. I can't think of a bed-related Fast and Furious name pun.
So the
sleep fast, sleep furious.
Sleep. I fucking wish, mate.
Me too.
I wish. So obviously there used to be a Benson's for Bed store in Kingston, and that closed down. Yeah, right near the Flying Cocks. So that's been being refurbished for a shop. And I walked past it the other day. I was wearing my work uniform, which are very, very clearly, if you're in a tradesman or anything, you will know them. I'm not going to mention them right now because you know what, they don't treat me awfully. So it's not like H&M. So I walked past, and then there's this guy saw my uniform. As I'm walking past, he was just like, "Oh, good, they're here." I go, "Oh, I know that." And I heard, and I turned around, and it was almost probably a little bit too aggressive. Like I was just like, "What'd you say?" I was just like, I turned around, I was like, "Yeah, 2 minutes down the road." Like in that tone, and I was like, "That was too aggressive. What am I doing that for?" And I was like, "Fucking hell." Yeah,
were they like, "Oh, that was very aggressive"?
They're just like, "What's your problem, mate?"
Yeah, what is your problem?
Yeah, but it's being turned into. My point was there. Yeah, obviously, it's no longer a Benson's bed. It's being turned into an outdoor kind of sort of like store, similar like
Is
it's
it?
kind of like
Similar
camping.
to the one across the road from it.
That's what I said, and they're just like, "Nah," but it's more like running and like cycling and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just looks like clothes. But yeah, Benson's for bed there's no. There's no sign of them now in Kingston, so...
no, but there is one down the road in New Malden.
Bastards.
That's still there.
But we'll take that too.
I did post my scathing review of Benson's. I was going to wait till we completed all the order, but I just got too frustrated.
Would you like to share it, or maybe next episode when you're able to talk more?
It's quite a lot. I could share it. Actually. Maybe I'll wait and see what happens Tuesday.
Yes, wait and see what happens,
I'll wait,
and then we'll have an update.
I wasn't going to post my review until it being resolved, but I just got too annoyed.
Yeah, fair.
And annoyingly, I had to enter all my order numbers so they could confirm it was a real review. So I am half expecting, because they're like, "Benson's may get in touch," and I'm like, I fucking doubt it.
Yeah. Also, they don't want to.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I did have an email the other day being like, 38 people have found your review useful. I was like, oh, good.
38.
Yeah.
Big scores, mate. Big scores.
It's only been up a little while, but I was like, oh, I'll take that. But yeah, other than just like my tooth and agony and life, that's literally been all that's been going on.
Yeah. We had a lovely barbecue, and then Greg's week slowly got worse.
And then I died, yeah.
And then I died.
It's so weird. And this might sound fine in the edit, but in my headphones, it literally sounds like my audio sounds like garbage. But it could just be because a side effect of the fucking tooth pain. Maybe you've had this severe issue. It feels like this pressure just builds up behind your ear.
Yes.
And like to the point where I like visualize my
head exploding,
my tooth like
taking off,
popping out of the gum, and just lift doors and the shining, blood pouring up. That's all I keep picturing happening, or like my ear exploding.
Yeah, but on the plus side, if that happened,
it's so painful that I've got it right now in this ear, and I think it's really throwing off my listening, my hearing.
No, it can do, man. I mean, I remember when my tooth was bad, I had to go and have an emergency fucking meeting and shit. Emergency meeting. I had to go to the dentist.
Bring your PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, I hope you got your CV. It's very important to whether we extract this agony from you.
You're going to walk me through each one of your teeth. I thought you were the dentist. Hey, you called this meeting, Joe.
You know what I don't like when they're there is that it's like when they're just like when they're checking your teeth and they see any sort of irregularities, they just start playing battleships. They're just like, yep, B12, yep, A6, and I'm just like,
you feel them tap with their little thing. Yeah,
and
B12,
and my mouth's wide open, so I just like, he sunk my butt.
Little ship, hit. Oh, I tell you what, that ear is really going now. Fucking hell. Oh. I'm still podcasting. It's fine.
It's good. They need to hear these things. This is we're very cool, calm, and collected when we tell them about the things that have happened to us. But it's about time they fucking experience.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm really struggling.
Are you okay?
We should probably move into Geezedropping.
Yeah, as an end segment, I think.
No. Just move the Geezedropping to keep going. I've actually got quite a few Geezedrops.
Please. Yes, I have one.
Excellent. Well, let's go to Geezedrops. We're snippets of our conversation heard by you or us. We read them out of our context. Geezedropping. What have you heard?
Geezedropping. Having a listen.
What have you heard? Joe has one Geezedrop. So we said weird mixed Geezedropping today. So I've got a couple that I heard, a few that have been sent. Mm-hmm. I've got a couple of voice notes. I've got quite a few I found that I read into here, and we've also got Tom from Anywhere But Here podcast and Bad Biographies sent us like a Dropbox. He recorded basically all the Geezedrops he's had for pretty much since he started listening to us for the last few years, and it's about a 7-minute long clip. And I was like, "How are we going to do this, Joe?" Because Joe obviously we're not recording the same thing. As Joe can't hear what I hear.
No.
So I was like, maybe we listen before and drop it in afterwards. If we were all sitting in the same room, we could both listen. But then I'm like, Joe's like, well, can't you just play it as normal, like you do everyone else's? And I was like, I guess I could. But I'm not going to play all the toms. I'm going to play a couple of toms and like use them going forward.
Yeah.
Like revisit them. So I maybe do like one, maybe do a couple an episode. I think he says it might only last for a couple of episodes anyway.
That's all right.
But seeing as we are now on the Sunday before the Tuesday the episode releases, we usually record in a week's time. I don't know how many more geese drops I have during that time, so I'll probably be sat in here cradling my face. So I might do a couple of toms and then say the rest of the episode.
See, without you even realising, man, you are smashing out the band names tonight. Cradling My Face? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I want to go and see Cradling My Face.
Ah, shit. So you say you have one?
I do, yes. My good friend Lucy is sent me one she heard from her train journey home last night. Am I going? Am I?
You might as well. You set it
sweet.
up.
So she heard this on the train home. Girl number one. It's not about the size of the dick. It's what he does with his dick. Girl two. Sabrina, aren't you a virgin?
I love the way... Was dick really used twice in the first statement?
Yeah. It wasn't even me fucking up.
It should have been like, it's not the size of his dick. It's what he does with it. It's not rather than go dick twice. Double dick.
No. I like that she's the dick.
The dick. Yeah.
It's not like about the size of the dick. It's what he does with the dick.
The dick.
And then
double
obviously,
dick.
and then followed up with apparently Sabrina being a virgin.
I mean, that sounds about right. That sounds like a good punk. That's like a pop punk name, Sabrina the Virgin.
Sabrina the Teenage Virgin.
Yeah, and double dicked, but she will double dick vocally. She will verbally double dick.
Sabrina the Teenage Virgin has two hot aunts and a talking cat.
Talking pussy.
We're talking pussy, which tells her, "Don't give it up. No, I won't take a penis."
Stop referring to the dick.
It's
Just
the
call it
entire.
dick.
It's the exact same plot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but they have replaced the cat with a vagina that talks.
There we go. Perfect. Somewhat done.
And she's not a witch.
I'm going to quickly shout out an apology to Maren here because I haven't listened to what she sent me yet. Maren sent me a message the other day asking Saturday night asking if a comedian's joke counts as a geese drop.
Sure.
I replied saying no, not really. And then Blah was like, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy a joke or read a joke.
Yeah,
out
if
still.
you want to
This
send
won't
in,
be geese dropping. And she sent me. Then she followed that up with 3 audio recordings, and then another message.
I don't know if we can play them.
Well, this is it. Then he sent another message saying, and then he kind of set it up. Then she sent me a message kind of saying what the joke was, and I didn't listen to it at the time. Because I was literally, I'm talking like this was like the other night. It was last night. That's what I mean. I'm all over the place, and I haven't listened to him yet because at the time I was literally like on the sofa with an ice pack wrapped around a tea towel, like rammed into my face.
That's awesome.
Just out my mind.
That's that's so classic. That's my envision of toothache. That's given me some inspiration for drawing.
So Maren, apologies, I haven't actually listened to it all yet. I was in a lot of pain, but please do keep sending stuff, and I'll listen to it later.
Yeah,
I'm probably bring it up on the next episode.
What we're going to actually do is we're gonna listen to those jokes we're not recording, and then we're gonna say them like it's our own material, and we're just gonna Amy Schumer it. It's just fine.
Right, let's start with my geek shop, which I already told Joe, so I'll start with this one. On my way to said dentist appointment, a hospital appointment to get tooth removed, it was one of those days where it was beautiful sunshine and then it would piss with rain, like really crazy for like 10 minutes. I left my house, beautiful sunshine, got on the bus, torrential rain all the way. As I got off the bus in Kingston, it was kind of, the grey clouds were just starting to clear, but it was still a bit drizzly. And there was this old guy trying to get this umbrella up, and he was really struggling, and he was very, very angry about it. And he's just in the street going, "Fucking hell! Fucking thing!" Like trying to, and I walked past, and he literally.
They're my favourite.
I think at this point he gave up. I wish he threw it to the floor, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He just kind of waved it around. But as I passed, he just went, "Oh, swine!" He shouted "swine" very loudly. Shouted
Swine!
Swine!
It's the most Frasier fucking response.
And I was like, I don't hear swine enough. I haven't heard swine in ages.
Nah,
That's
mate, no one
awesome.
says it anymore. It's not. It doesn't have the impact it used to.
Doesn't have the impact it used to. Good old swine.
When
Swine.
when pigs weren't as respected as they are these days.
Owen sent us another audio geese drop.
Awesome.
I thoroughly enjoyed his last one in the charity shop. So let's see what we have here.
He's got a really good delivery as well. That's what I
it's
like.
good. Let's see what this geese. Let's see what this geese drop from Owen has to say.
Shop Geezedrop, little corner shop. There's a guy in there who's very, very round. This is not a small man. He's at the counter and his plastic bag has got two the huge big bags of crisps. He's buying a 30-gram pack of Backy and some full fat drinks. And all I hear him say is, "I don't look it, but I do 10 miles a day."
Of what, lad? Bullshit. I don't look it. No, you don't, mate.
No, I eat 10 miles worth of food a day.
Yeah. What do you do? You get on a bus for 10 miles.
Stored energy, mate. That's all it is. Stored energy.
Cultivating math.
And cultivating maths. Yeah.
For what? Your demise?
You never know. We need some cultivated mass.
Oh, dear.
A geese drop we had sent to us by
Bullshit. I
Stuart.
just like bullshit.
Got a geese drop from Stuart. He was staying at his dad's, and he says his dad's house is on a fairly busy street. And while trying to get to sleep one night, he heard two lads talking as they walked past his window. And this is what was heard. He said, "If I didn't give him my shoes, I wouldn't be leaving the pub tonight." And the other person said, "Good job I had my flip-flops in my bag then." So did this guy just get robbed for his shoes in a pub? It sounds like it. And it sounds like his mate was like, "Don't worry, I've got some flip-flops in my bag." Good thing that second guy's really chasing the compliment of, "I have given you my flip-flops, mate. You know, why don't we focus more on that?"
That's so good. That's the best response. Just like,
And he said, "If I didn't give him my shoes, I wouldn't be leaving the pub tonight." Yeah, good job I had my flip-flops in my bag.
Yeah. It's such a backhanded, it's such a backhanded, uplifting, sort of thing to say. Good thing I have my flip-flops, eh? Because you haven't got any shoes right now.
I've saved the day again.
That is fucking great.
Fucking give me your shoes. Give me your shoes.
Give me your
I
shoes.
remember my mate Ardle swapping shoes with the homeless guy to get into McCluskey's once because he didn't have black shoes on.
I remember that story.
It was his shoes, which were nice, quite nice trainers.
Yeah.
But they were like, "No, you can't come in wearing those." But a tramp's shoes are more acceptable to walk into a club with. It's what a crazy dress code.
I don't
He
understand.
wasn't in smart shoes, the tramp. They were like black trainers.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
dirty black
understand.
trainers.
I don't understand why the footwear matters.
Well, why
is it?
Why do they even have to just be black? They were still trainers, just black. Why do they want black shoes?
Isn't it weird already that nightclubs have a dress code?
I get more fancy ones, but not ones in Kingston.
No. But imagine if we went dressed as, say, some of the girls that will go to, when a girl gets a little bit dressed up and that, what if we went dressed up like those girls? Would we be let in?
I remember, no. Not in a, maybe now, not then. I always remember, and this plays on my mind still, even to this day. My friend Alex, years and years ago, he invited me. There was this girl he was was courting, should we say? Yeah,
and, good one.
She was having a birthday party, and he's like, "Oh, she's hired a club, or it was in a club. Come with me. I need backup, man. Come with me." And I'm like, "When you say club, what do you mean?" He's like, "It's like a nightclub." I'm like, "Do you know what the dress code is?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know, but I'm going all out." And I was like, "Okay, so that means smart outfit." I just thought what Kingston clubs at that point would be. So I guess I'm going to go. So I got a suit, and it was a bit big for me. Yeah. I borrowed it, and I get there, and I show up at his house, and he comes out, and he's in like denim 3/4 length shorts.
No!
Like a vest.
No!
With a Hawaiian shirt open over it, and his hair. He had cool bleached hairs, all like fucking spiked up. I think the ends were like dyed different colours. And I'm like, oh, cool, you're getting changed. And he's like, no, I'm going like this. I'm like, the fuck, you kidding, mate? I'm wearing a fucking suit. It doesn't fit me. And I was like, who's wrong here, me or you? Like, and he's like, I guess we'll find out when we get there. And
That's not a game I want to play.
Literally laughed at me and was like, in you go, mate. And I go into this club and it's just full of all alternative kids at that point. Everyone's just like in baggy jeans, t-shirt, and I'm like, fuck. And everyone's like, oh, look at this guy in a suit. And I didn't know anyone, and I just came across as a fucking twat the whole night. Like, and I really was upset. And it really annoyed me, and that would be really awkward because I'd be sitting at this table talking to Alex, and no one there knows who I am. Yeah. But I must have looked like someone because occasionally somebody would run up behind me and throw their arms around me and be like, "Oh my god!" And so one person grabbed me and like kissed me on the cheek and took a picture, and afterwards went, "Oh, I thought you were someone else." Like that happened like more than once. It's bad time.
How have I never heard this story?
It was a bad time to be Greg, I tell you.
Mate. You were so alternative. You were alternative to the alternative kids.
Exactly. But I was like, man, they don't know. I'm not like this normally. Like everyone's like, why are you trying? People will literally, why are you wearing that? And I'm like, well, who are you? Why are you wearing that?
That's fucking great.
I'm with Alex. Where is he? He's over there trying to talk to the girl he wants to court.
Hang on, trying to court. See, you're wearing a suit and you're saying things like courting.
Yeah,
this
well,
is not like
what? Age appropriate.
Yeah, you are a fucking fed, mate.
I remember the first time I heard the word court used in that sense when I was a kid, my friend's like nan. I was like, one of my first girlfriends was this girl Katie down my road. I say girlfriend, like first girl, like, you know, when you're young and just like interested in girls, you know, there was Katie down my road, and I remember my mate, this boy down my road, John, his nan, being like, came up to me and was like, "Aren't you courting Brenda's girl?" And I was like, "What does that mean?"
I don't know. I
had to ask my mum.
Is that what I'm doing?
Oh, I'm courting Brenda's girl.
No, we're not going to court.
Sounds like a BBC. It sounds like an ITV like channel, like 6 p.m. Sunday drama.
Courting
Brenda's girl. Courting Brenda's girl.
That's fucking great. Oh man.
Anyway, that was a random little side story there.
That's great. That is definitely up there with some of my favourite Greg stories.
A few more down here. So there was a man on the bus, and I heard him. He was on the phone, and I heard him go, "I joined the gym and we'll smash out a session Thursday. God, I'd go tonight if I could."
Why can't he?
It was like 11 o'clock. I was on the bus. I mean, because he was pissed. This man was drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
He ain't going to the gym on Thursday.
No one's going to the gym.
He was just being drunk.
No one has the mindset to get pissed and go to the gym.
I heard a neighbour shout this out the other day, which I don't know whether she was scared for the bird or the cat, but I do like what was said here. I just heard like this proper shout. "Don't let the cat out! The birds are tweeting!"
That sounds like code.
It does sound like code, doesn't it?
It sounds like drug talk.
"Don't let the cat out. The birds are tweeting."
Hang on. No, I could break this down. She has a picture of her vagina and her partner is threatening to put it on Twitter. Is what I can get from that.
It's definitely an avenue to go. Right,
this code work is easy, mate. I like the Mancunian candidate or something.
"Don't let the cat out. The birds are tweeting." Unless you get scared of birds.
Fucking Mercury rising over here.
I don't know. Right, where did I put... Geezedrops. Geezedrops. I assume these are Tom's. Let's start off with some of Tom's here.
Excellent.
And to move swiftly on. Thank you once again for this, Tom. This is awesome.
Yeah,
Hi
man.
guys, it's Tom from the Any...
Oh, such a fucking
ruined
professional.
the intro already.
I just heard that it played a lot quicker. Wow, that play button is sensitive on Dropbox. But just that 1 second I heard, it just sounded very professional. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Tom from the Anywhere But Here and Band Biographies podcasts. It's been a while.
Nice plug.
Just thought I'd drop by with some Geezedrops that I've been meaning to send to you for ages. But I think the vain hope was that Ant and I were going to appear on the show at some point, but that's okay, don't worry about that. So you've got ones here from years and years and years.
Wait, just pause it real quick. Just pause it real quick.
You don't have to read...
We request
Why did it not happen? Why have they not come?
Oh, this is great because this makes us look like terrible people. We got them to do voices for a radio play.
Yes.
And they invited us onto their podcast.
Yeah.
And we never responded.
The plan was always two, right? There was. I remember it was discussed.
We
once,
can still
but
do it.
It was the times never matched up, especially during that, I know it's before lockdown, but during lockdown, we always recorded such great. A lot of the time, they record Sunday mornings. We record Sunday evenings.
Yeah.
At the time, Ant was working in the hospital, I believe, and it was always there was never times when it all kind of lined up.
Yeah.
Is it? Even with their podcast, you went on without me that time, like.
I was just thinking about that actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and find that. It was fucking hilarious.
It's been but we will get it. We'll get it. I think I always
absolutely.
imagined. I was like, we'll just meet up one day and do it. But I always forget that it's really hard for adults who don't live in the same town to ever do that.
Yeah. Well, 3 adults and a man-child. Yeah, that's it's very difficult. But yeah, and I know I'd love to sit down with them again. And you know what? If it's in our format of podcast, then so be it.
Fuck yeah, right. It will happen, guys. Apparently, we're terrible, terrible people. But I feel like the intention. I feel like
I know he's joking, but I do like now that it's been brought to my attention. I'm just like, he's fucking good point.
100%. Right, let's continue.
Read them all out at once. You can spread them over many episodes if you like. I don't mind, whatever.
And provides us content.
But I figured I'd just put them all down on one big file, and you can either play them all out at once, which I wouldn't recommend, or you can split them all up and use them for weeks and weeks. It's completely up to you. But yeah, love the show. I don't care that we're not on it. You guys are more than enough. So I thought, I don't really go out anymore. So there's not that many from recent times, although the last one is one from only a couple of months ago when I was out and about. No commuting means no chance for Geezedrops, but these
Very
go
true.
back. These go back like 3 or 4 years.
Man.
So the first one it was from I was at an event in LA with work when I used to work for people, and it was in a big kind of big exhibition hall, lots of stuff going on, lots of people. God knows how I picked this one out of the crowd, but as I was walking by, a woman said to a man, "I know what a skateboard is." And I just thought, who is trying to mansplain skateboard to someone? Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
That fucking country man.
So this kid, he was on a skateboard. It's a bit of wood with wheels on it. I know.
He was like, it's kind of like, those guys that do luge. Like, just making it like the most difficult explanation.
It's like surfing, but instead of waves, you use pavement.
If you took a bobsleigh,
pavement surfing,
but made it smaller for one person, and then took away all the ice and replaced it with concrete, but you stood up.
Do you know about a skateboard? It's kind of like rollerblading, but not.
God, how would you? This is a great. That's I love that concept. It was like, how would you go about explaining what something that everyone worldwide knows, but how would you explain it to someone?
I was watching TV last night. It's like a window with moving pictures on it.
Yeah. I don't
just
understand.
do that every time to people. Just really piss them off.
Oh,
I was sitting in my chair last night. It's like a chair. It's like a thing you sit down on with arms and.
That's it. That's a new segment. To be honest, we can
explaining
things.
Explaining
week,
everyday things.
Every week, you choose an item for me, and I'll and vice versa, and we both have to explain it. That's fucking great.
Right, let's do another one of Tom's.
Okay.
So the next one is a guy comes out of an alleyway to a group of other people looking a little bit shifty down the bottom of this alleyway, and he's got a small tent in his hand, this man coming out of the alleyway, and he says, "This is the best I can do." And a woman in this group of rather dishevelled looking people goes, "I want it." And then an argument ensues between all the, I assume, homeless people trying to fight over a tent. Another one that has zero context, and I think I told Joe when he came
looks like tents back on the menu, boys.
Two women walking down a road. One of them says to the other, "That's not my vomit. My vomit's pink."
Fucking hell.
Another one.
We'll pause now. Thank you, Tom. Fucking thank you, Tom. We'll
The
revisit
tent
those
one-
next episode.
The tent one I like.
Oh, that's good. I remember the pink one as well. That's awesome.
Oh dear.
Oh, thank you for that, Tom. Brilliant.
I
want it.
I know what skateboarding is.
I know what a skateboard is.
Good stuff.
Brilliant.
You have
Thank
to
you,
excuse
Tom.
me. I've never left the house before.
Yeah.
I've been in a bomb shelter for 60 years.
What's that? I said, I know what a tent is.
Yeah. What a tent is. You know houses, right? Just imagine that, but on a smaller scale, and it's just felt.
It's just like it's just the whole, you know. I don't mean to sound patronising. Oh, that means when you talk down to someone, but like it's just that, right? But like every time.
Backhand.
Right, let's go to another geese job that I heard. Dude in the pub. This was a couple weeks ago when I stopped off in that pub when I was waiting to meet you and Ed.
Oh yeah. In Tolworth, back
Yeah,
in my
and I stopped. I think it's called. We've been there before. This pub. I swear it's called the Prince Charles or something like that.
the run right
Or
opposite the
Prince.
co-op.
It's just past the co-op. It's not opposite the co-op. It's past. We've been in there before. It's the one that's in. Oh yeah, not that one. No, further up, like past the fish ponds. We've been in there before. We sat outside the front once there.
No, we haven't. No, we fucking haven't, mate.
I swear we have. I swear ages. Yeah, we have. Because you told me you and Tash went there to watch the football once or something. Unless you were thinking of the other pub down the road you're talking about now. Anyway, it's
we went. Oh, you know, I'm not.
let's not get into it.
Yeah,
It was a
please
pub. It was a different pub. And I was sat there and I'd got my beer and I was walking through to the beer gardens. It was a nice day. And as I went past, there was these two. And I know I don't like using this word.
Oh God, you're not going to say the N word, are you?
But yeah.
What?
Two nerds were
I promise that wasn't preempted. That wasn't preempted.
They were very nerdy looking.
That was great.
They were sat down.
That was so
I just
good.
said it.
That's so good.
I don't like using this word, but unfortunately,
I don't want to say this.
I have to call them this.
I'm gonna be pretty controversial when I say this.
But they were sat down, and I walked past, and I heard one of them say, he was like, "All men needs, all a man needs is a sofa." And I went past.
Okay.
And then I stopped. For some reason, I stopped, went back. I think I gone the wrong way. I didn't know where I was going. And,
You went back and was
as
like,
I went back, I heard the other guy
Continue.
say, "No, all men need is a sofa, TV, and a microwave." And he was like, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, man, I want more than that out of life. I'm being honest. I don't want
I don't
much
know.
out of life, but I
That's-
want a bit more than a sofa, TV, and a microwave.
I mean, if that's my possessions, I mean, yeah, no,
Not bad possessions to have.
Gonna need a few more bits in that.
But I'd like a bit.
You know,
more.
a sofa though. You know, it's kind of like, it's like a big fluffy chair, but like more than one person can
Big
sit in
bushy
it.
beard.
Yeah, a great big bushy chair.
Great big bushy beard. Well, I feel like I'm going to struggle to find the last voice message Sam sent with a geese drop, because I didn't. I made a note that he sent us a geese drop,
Yeah.
and I'm going back through the group because I haven't prepared at all. I'm at the point now where him and his brother, him and Gaz, discovered the bald head filters.
That was a good day.
And I was just like, Louis briefly turned into Greg. Yes.
I like that
joking,
they
I'm
went
joking.
for you instead of Walter White. You're a way more iconic reference in our group chat than
Yeah.
Heisenberg.
I can't find the geese drop,
No,
Sam.
damn.
It must be so far. But I'm on like, what date is it now?
29th?
All right, well, I'm like on the 15th. Have we recorded since then last time?
I don't know, but
We're all doing it now. We're all
I've
doing
just
all the
realised my laptop is not plugged in. It's about to run out of battery.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh dear,
Excellent.
that's great.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's him talking about the shit in the bag. Sam, I can't find
No
the
context.
geese drop.
No context.
Can't find the geese drop I've made a note of that you had sent, to be honest with you now. So rather than make terrible podcasting, I'm going to move on to my last geese drop, and I will find yours for next time. My last geese drop, I heard, I was in Waitrose, because it's across the road from Ed's. I don't do my shopping there. I can't afford that life. But I was in there. And,
it's a store of convenience.
A store of convenience. And there was a couple in front of me walking out, and I heard the woman say to him, "So you only got a 73p discount? Oh, that's ridiculous."
Oh, come on. Don't be a twat.
It's ridiculous, Joe.
It is 73p.
It is ridiculous. Now,
do you know what that is in petrol?
A lot.
No, it isn't, Greg. It's the opposite.
Petrol seems like it's a lot now. Oh, well, you mean like in?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
okay,
petrol.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't want to abruptly stop after geese dropping.
But
because I just feel I can't do that to an episode. I did have a couple of things that I did want to mention. I'm going to mention this one first to see how I get on, because I'm feeling the pain.
I just turned the light on. That
I keep like moving my headphone off my ear because I keep thinking it's going to make it feel better, but it doesn't. It's just the pressure's building up there, and I can feel quite underneath my chin here, so swollen still. You don't see it, but when you touch it, fuck, man. Anyway. I wonder if you saw this story. I imagine you did. I think Sarah actually mentioned it the other day when I was around there. And I thought I was finding one of my weird, kooky stories, but everyone seems to be talking about it. And I wondered how you feel about this, considering it's something we've discussed before to a degree, but never this incarnation of it. The Japanese man who spent £12,480 on a realistic border collie costume because he wanted to look like his favourite breed of dog.
It's funny you mentioned that, because guess what Tree sent me on Thursday?
I saw it Thursday. I just saw it on my news feed. I grabbed it. Since then, Sarah. But usually, when I grab these stories to the podcast, no one ever mentions them to me. Maybe somebody might send it to me, but never mentioned. And then I've had like 2 people mention it since I found this. To me, that's like big news.
I watched the video of it.
It's fucked up.
It's so creepy. It's so... Because like, I watched it and I was just like, just keep telling yourself or reminding yourself that that's a person inside that.
So
it's
he hired a Japanese company called Zeppit, which is known for creating sculptures and models for movies and commercials to create the costume. And it's a good looking costume. I mean, it's not real. The face isn't real. It looks like a dead-eyed... It looks like a dead dog costume.
Yeah, they haven't done any... There's nothing like the mouth don't move.
As a company making a dog costume, it looks like a fucking dog. Awesome. Until you really look at the eyes. But there's a man in there.
That is 12 and a half grand's worth of
what
fucking
does he do?
dog.
Doesn't really say what he wants to do with it and what he does with it.
I
don't think it's even really a sex thing. I mean,
it's
Japanese,
and you know what?
so
That makes it worse.
Things.
In all honesty,
If
that
it's
makes
not
it
a sex
so
thing.
much. If it was a sex thing, I'd sort of understand.
Right? Yeah. Interesting.
I can't. Yeah. I mean, I'm into some weird shit, but like, not that. Like. No.
I'm into dressing up as a budgie. I'm into dressing up as a pigeon and getting banged on Greg's roof.
Well, that's the artwork sorted.
Getting banged by a pigeon on Greg's roof.
Specifically, as well, your roof.
My roof for sure.
Yeah. It's got to be your roof. It's so mental. It's just like, why? I actually, funny enough, I forwarded that to Lucy as well, and her response was, the article doesn't answer the questions I have. Which was good. But it's just so... Why?
Yeah. I think so. It is a bizarre one.
It's just like, actually, funnily enough as well, her other response was, the costume's great.
Yeah.
And my response was, that's the problem.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really good, and that's an issue.
It's a good costume, but I don't understand what's happening behind it. What's the man behind those dead eyes doing?
It's not a character. It's not for like a comic convention where he's going as Lassie.
Yeah.
It's just, It's so weird, and I don't get it.
No.
And you know what? Maybe that's my problem and not his.
Maybe.
Like, you know, that's my opinion, my problem is what they say, isn't it?
But my opinion, my problem. Not many people say that. No. I get into a lot of arguments with people. I see a lot of arguments online. People. Not many people say that. My opinion, my problem.
I'll tell you what's
a lot of the time it's my opinion, your problem.
I'll tell you what else causes more arguments is saying, well, opinions are like orgasms. I don't care if you have one.
Opinions are like assholes.
Which is literally one of my favourite things I've ever seen on the internet.
I do have a few more things. I might save these in another episode because I actually am in quite a lot of pain now.
Yeah, okay.
And talking, struggling.
I felt
this
like we should
episode's been longer than I actually think. I think we've only been talking for 20 minutes, but I feel like we're almost on an hour.
My thing says my recording device says about an hour and a bit.
Yeah, okay. I know we talk a bit before we record, but
I feel like we probably could have given some more insight into the dog person. But
I know we should do really, but I am struggling a bit.
That's
now.
it. I don't want to force you to talk about a horrible dog man if you're not feeling up for it.
I think it's more that I'm talking with my headphones pushing on my ears.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh my god, it's feeling so much worse. I had to pull that off a bit.
No, it's fine, man. I'm all good with that.
Oh bloody hell!
You know what?
Sorry, listeners, if this wasn't as
you know what? If you got an issue with it, you are literally listening to Greg be in agony right now. Like,
yeah, apologies if this isn't the fun-filled episode you used to. I say used to.
You have to pay to hear people in agony on some websites, so
yeah,
we're putting this out for free.
I mean, here's me, and I hope I'll be better for next episode. We'll have to record the next episode next week, and I can't imagine much will change between now and then. But we will see.
We will see. We'll do it as late as you want, mate.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, we should be fine. We'll see. But yeah, apologies if it's been a bit of a rushed episode this week. But as always, thank you for listening. This is the first time I've ever physically really suffered for an episode, I must say. I know Joe's done a few when he's been a bit in pain and what have you, but it's been not often. No, but it's a good thing, but not often.
Making me feel like sick note from London's Burning.
But that's it. You're not a sick note because you still come and record. It's not often that I'm in this situation.
I just like to complain, Greg.
Yeah, I am really feeling it.
Nah, mate, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
But next episode, I'll obviously we'll see what we've told Benson for Beds that this is probably like the last chance they're getting. So let's see what happens next episode. I can fill you all in on what's happened with Benson for Beds, and then I can read out my review either way.
I want them to offer you and Lizzie out for a fight, and I'm just like, are you serious?
We're sending Benson himself down.
Yeah, we're sending Benson's.
He's like Andre the Giant.
Yeah, we're sending Benson's and beds.
Made out of beds.
He's made out of beds. This is Benson. He's made out of beds. As you can see,
I remember reading a book.
I
remember reading a book about basically if England had their own Superman and he was here like during the 70s, what would happen? And it was a pretty cool book. But at the end, they've obviously there's loads of like clones of him, and they're all trying to fight him. And he's fighting them in this big like warehouse, and he kills them all with beds. Like their big metal bunk beds they've been sleeping in. He like elevates them all and like just smashes them to mush over and over with these metal beds, all of them, hundreds of them, just crushing all these people. And it's described so graphically that it sounds horrific. Is just explosions of blood everywhere. It's not a DC, it's not a Marvel, nothing like that. It's just a book.
That wasn't even my question.
Novel.
My question was, is this a published book, or have you just been reading fan fiction again?
No, it's my published book. I've read the whole series.
My published book.
No, not mine. It's the half hero series. What was he called? Not the Generate. Not that sounds like a bad name. The Deterrent was the name of the British Superman in this book. The Deterrent. Yeah. But yeah, just when you said he comes with beds, I was like, I've read a book where someone killed someone with loads of beds once, so it is possible.
It is possible.
I got it all covered.
Mate, anything's possible. Weapons are like porn. If it exists, it's a weapon.
I've been Greg murdering you with Beds Armstrong.
Oh, that's put me on the spot. I don't know. I've been Joe Pigeon shagging Jackson.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's not good, because that makes me sound like I shag pigeons, Greg.
Cool. See you next time.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.